Welcome in, race fans. Sorry, I always have to make sure the mic works. Okay, so I'm real stressed about quali. Not for the reasons you might think. I don't know if you guys have watched the last couple of sessions. I watched FP2, FP3 while I was making my dinner. And I was like, you know what, we're gonna be live for quali. Let me not go live for free practice 3. Let me take my time. I did a podcast for my friend's podcast this morning. I was yapped out. Also, sorry I didn't go live yesterday, chat. I filmed a collab with some other creators. I've been rushed to go see the bride. And then I got home and I was like, do I want to talk more? And the answer was no, frankly. The answer was not, yes, I want to talk more. And sometimes that is what determines my stream schedule. So, yeah, we've got quali in a couple hours, chat. It's 9 p.m. my time. I don't know do we know why they delayed free practice 3? Free practice 3 was delayed. They started a good 25 minutes. Was it the F3 crash? Okay, I didn't see the F3 crash. But yeah, aside from, so Kimmy crashed, okay. And it was a scary crash in that it did fully look like he lost complete control of the car, which is typically what happens with a crash. But the complete and utter lack of grip that this car seemingly had in that slide for his crash, concerning. Thank you for following. Then it's also never a good sign when the rear tire is in front of the car. Never a good sign. I was watching the replay again, and it was you see the tire roll in front of him. Hermes, you're not getting my food. No, it's French onion pasta. You literally can't eat this. No, stop. So that's that. Okay. Alex had some issues, but was able to get the car going. Carlos stopped. And what Ruth said, which I thought was interesting, so Carlos lost power. That's why he stopped in the pit lane, okay? That's why they had to come and get him. But what was interesting is they could still communicate with him over the radio. No. They could still communicate with him over the radio, Ruth said, which is unnormal. Normally when the cars lose power, the whole thing loses power. The same way in your car, the radio stops working, everything stops working if your car loses power. It's the same thing in an F1 car. So it's super weird that, no, don't bark at me. We went for a walk. Your food's downstairs. You're not getting my pasta. Okay. So she was noting that it's very odd that they didn't lose power to his radio messages as well, which is odd. Almond. I was extremely impressed with Mercedes, and I mean, obviously Kimmy's time was a lot, but Hermes, no, go. You're not, no. Oh, rough. No, go chill. Go. I'm gonna lock you out. He's all hyped up because we went for a walk. That's the problem. Chill. He's in position to lunge at me. Yeah. Chill out. Yeah, here's the results of free practice 3. Hi. Roof. Okay. And what's your point? Anyways. Yeah, Arvid's been doing well. Max and Isaac are really close. Isaac finished ahead of Max, which is crazy. Even though, again, it's practice. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything still, okay? Let me sign in here. Also, it looks like I should be good to watch quali on F1 TV, because that's what I've been watching the other sessions on. FP2 I watched on Apple TV. FP3 I watched on F1 TV, and frankly, I'm so sorry, it's still a goated experience. There's no ads. Apparently Apple TV is doing ads. There was a few ads that I saw last night, and I was like, no. Especially because I had both of the broadcasts open. I had F1 TV open, and I had the Apple TV broadcast open. And when they were on commercial break, Ruth and one of the other commentators were doing analysis, and it's yeah, I'd rather see that. Sorry, I pay you money. I'll watch that. I'm listening to the F1 TV crew. Onion skin. Ew. I knew there was a few bits I didn't get. I got a big sack of onions at the store today. Literally so I can make this. Or it's slightly less good. Like, my whole thing is, it's like, if I get why things like Tubi has ads. Tubi's free. You know? I get it. Okay? If I'm paying for a streaming service, though, I hate that there's ads. I hate that Hulu has ads on various projects. I hate it. Peacock, unwatchable for the Olympics. I got severely irritated. Okay? Like, if I'm watching it on cable, I get it. I'm watching it on your platform, though. Why am I having to subject myself to ads? So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really worried about quali. Because everyone had quite a few wobbles, okay? And even like the pace was good for a lot of them, but the wobbles were really stressing me out, okay? I don't like the wobbles. The wobbles I don't like, okay? Is this broadcast still going? Let me see. I don't think the broadcast is still going, right? They cut it? They might be doing analysis or interviews. Let's see if it loads. If it doesn't load, I'll go get my iPad. Or I have my computer here, but it worked on my phone. I don't think it's still... No, it's going. Yeah. Got the live broadcast right now. Post-analysis. No, it wasn't loading. I was worried it was the computer because I've been watching it from my phone. Results... So, for pre-practice 3, do we have them up yet? Okay, no results available for pre-practice 3 yet. They haven't posted them. But, I mean, performance-wise, everyone did, like, for Fernando Alonso, despite, like, Aston Martin. So, was I live when I explained the situation with Aston Martin? Have we talked about this? Aston Martin, chat. They somehow managed to make a more dangerous car than, you know, your first car. You know, when you have your first ship box as a car. It's like a torture device. Okay, we did. Alonso was able to get laps in and get at a time. Was it a good time? No, he was at the back of the pack. He was like, he finished like P17 or something. Still ahead of the Cadillacs, which I do think is funny. But we'll see how they develop over the seasons, how the season goes. And that also is counting, that's P17 with Stroll not making a run. Stroll never left the garage. And then Sainz not having a time because he had to stall, because his car stopped. So how exciting is P17 truly, you know? I didn't look like the car was shaking apart. No, so that's the thing. The vibration, because, okay, so when you're driving, a lot of cars do vibrate. However, the way the car is designed actually absorbs the vibration. So what it sounds like is happening is it's not like porpoising, because I think that's what you're thinking. The porpoising might be what you're thinking, which would be what a lot of us think of as shaking, because that's visible to us. But internally, it's kind of like being bopped around in a can. You know, ignore my hand gesture. But like, that's the easiest way to explain it. Like, you're trapped inside this tube that is designed to keep you safe, but it is physically uncomfortable to stay and hold on to the steering wheel. You know, like a good example I would almost say is onboard footage of Checo when he was still at Red Bull. And you could see how much he was battling the wheel. Whereas Max had much more control of the wheel because the car was made around Max because it was super sensitive. This is not a sensitivity issue, but it's a similar result with like the vibration affecting like the muscles and all of that, which is why we're seeing possible nerve damage. Supposedly, I don't know how true this is because you really can't chew gum in these cars because all it takes is one bump and then you're choking. and then that there's no time to get you out of that car. Supposedly not Max, Lance and Fernando were chewing multiple pieces of gum in sessions to act as a mouth guard because the vibration was causing such clanking of their teeth. That seems wildly unsafe. We've got to have something else. I'm hoping that's a fake rumor and that's not real. The nerve damage thing is crazy. And it sounds like they're trying to blame it on the engine and Honda. Apparently, Newey gave an interview or something where he said that they've signed the contract with Honda and never went to check the factory. And they didn't realize how bad things were at Honda and that they weren't prepared for building a new engine because the people that made, like, say, the Red Bull engine were no longer there. They all went into, quote, solar power, which is an odd thing to throw out there. That they all apparently, okay, good, we're going to exit out of that. They all, so, like, all the people that were building the engine and stuff were, like, newbies. What are we talking about? The Aston was also shaking the battery so bad it was breaking out of its casing. Is crazy. Well, those things are heavy, too. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm stressed. Even... Like, there was a few, like when they were watching Alex go around the track, and they're like, well, maybe he's going to sort it out. The wobbles I saw his car doing, which he doesn't typically do, okay? Most of these guys don't. They're athletes, okay? The car wobbles here and there, or there's understeer, or there's oversteer, whatever. But, like, very clear wobbles where it almost looks like they're trying to get the car back under control very quickly. I was seeing far too much of that last two sessions. I'm stressed. Apparently the only ones doing well are Ferrari and Mercedes. Red Bull could be in a good spot. V-Carb could be in a good spot. Let's see, do we have the results for free practice 3? Yeah. Oh, Lando not doing good during practice sessions. Is he sandbagging? Because Oscar was P4. George topped the times, which everyone that I've seen seems to think that the battle is going to be George and someone else for the Drivers' Championship. Which, frankly, I think he's kind of hungry for it. I think George is hungry for it. I think he's ready. So I'm kind of hoping we get to see a George Russell bitch fest this season. But that's because I love mess. And I don't even like George like that, But I do love mess. So we'll see. Lewis and Charles are then P2 and P3, which is crazy to... have this result for them, considering they, never had a race. They had, 0 race wins last year? George versus Charles. George versus Charles could be a good one. I almost also, I don't know, I think George versus Lewis would be really, really good. But also, there's that. Then Oscar P4, Isaac P5, then Max, okay. Then Kimi. Even with that crash, he's still P7. Then Lando. Gabriel Bortoletto for Audi. Audi's result is crazy, especially because then Nico's not till P14. Then we have Ollie, and Esteban is P13. And then Arvid and Liam are right next to each other, which is really good. I am intrigued by the fact that I think this might be an interesting equalizer, these cars, because we're seeing the teammates. The fact that teammates are real close to each other, I think is actually a really good sign. But I guess we really won't see until qualifying happens. Like, it would be really good, I think, to see where the cars are all at if it's all 2, 2, 2, and 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're all right within each other's, like, fraction of a second, I think that would make that would be a really good form of where the season's to go from. I didn't realize that Williams now has an Anthropic partnership, specifically Claude. And I was originally going to be like, okay, I'm not going to bring this up. But then... I saw on all their fucking radios, their fucking headsets, they have a big-ass Claude right on their ear bowls. What is it? I hate... I hate it. I hate it. We got the perplexity on the head. We got the, I'm sure OpenAI, someone's sponsored by Palantir. I think it's McLaren. Everything, I need this sport to not keep pissing me off. Like, I love this sport. I love this sport so much. It gives me so much joy and anxiety. And you know what? I like that my anxiety comes from this. Like, I need the distraction of this sport, you know? Like, it's great. It stresses me out. But I do need that, okay? But dear God, can you guys stop reminding me that you're being funded by, like, the mass surveillance theft machine companies, please? Like, for fuck's sake, you know? So, there's that. Okay, also, how many more sponsors does Haas have this year? I know we got, you know, some more, but like their front nose, their front bit is packed with sponsors. That seems like way more this year, which seems high. And then we got Pierre and Franco, 15 and 16, again, right next to each other. Maybe they'll get a point this year, Franco, who knows. Then we have Alex, P17, and then we have Fernando, P18, and then Valtteri and Checo, and then Carlos. So, and then Sainz never ran, so he's 22. Well, he's not even on here because he never ran. Instead of the insane billionaires, yeah. Like, at least these ones have fucking PR training. Jesus, like, I don't know. These ones I think we can bully into doing charity work, you know? Like, I do think that with a lot of these guys. Okay, sorry. I just saw Aston Martin's tweet. Lance will not take part in FP3. And I was like, holy shit, is he out of quali? But no. Kimi has time, so it should be interesting to see how Kimi does. Here's hoping. It would be good if he had a good qualifying time. But we shall see. Oh, update on Twitter. Twitter has now made it so that you can turn off Grok's ability to reply and edit your photos. So when you upload a photo to Twitter, okay, because remember when Grok was doing their bullshit, okay, yeah, but he's also dating Kim Kardashian, Kuna. So, you know, at the end of the day, they are still men. And that's why I always keep them on, like, a thin rope, you know? Like, I keep them at arm's length. I don't put too much of my energy into these men anymore because they regularly remind me they're men, okay? But on Twitter, when you go to upload a photo, okay, if you don't want Grok to have any control over that photo, hit the, what was the button? Let me check it. When you go to post, it's the edit button. So let me pick a photo. Hang on. Here's a look from the Chloe show that I liked. Okay. So you pick a photo, and then you hit the paintbrush down in the corner. Okay. And then the flag down in this very corner. Okay. And then down here, block modifications by Brock. You have to do it on every single photo. It's not a setting that you can set. It's kind of like the not made for kids button on YouTube. You have to hit it every single time. And then you turn that on to prevent Grok from modifying this content. So it's not, you don't want it off, you want it on, okay? And then you can post your photo and then no one can reply, hey Grok, what's this? I have Grok blocked, so Grok can't even reply to me to begin with. But it's another way that they can't, like, edit your photos in that way. And Grok can't override the lack of permission for $8 a month. Jesus Christ, I'm sure. God, that crash for Kimi. Like, this is a bad... Like, it is... There's just no runoff in these areas. And then, God, did you guys see Toto's face? It's rough. It's rough out here. All right, High Potential also, Season 3, got renewed. Let's go. They're also looking for a new showrunner. That means that they will have a third showrunners for 3 seasons. Because they've had a different showrunner each season. I volunteer to be the showrunner. I'll be the showrunner. Do I have experience of running a network show? No. Do I have experience running an international media conglomerate, aka Swell Entertainment? Yes. Also, just make sure we can get 80,000 seasons and like I'll be the showrunner. I'll take a pay cut. I don't give a shit. But, you know, money, time, parts, Toto's crush. Yep. Got one Yuki setting during FP3. It's gonna be it's gonna be stressful. Also, there is talk of supposedly doing, so what is the schedule for F1? Supposedly there is talk of them adding the races that they may have to cancel because my country decided to bomb Iran. You know, because they might cancel the races in the Middle East. This is not the important part of this discussion, but I'm acknowledging the reality of the situation, okay? There's talk of them moving it to, let's see. So I'm in Japan here. Yeah, so, because Japan, and then we have 1 week or 2 weeks off. We have 1 week off, and then it would be Bahrain. So there's talk of them doing it also in Japan. Same with Jeddah. There's talk of them putting Bahrain and Jeddah both in Japan, because they obviously have a set track. Now, I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but there's talk of it. So, there are only 12 because limit prize. I mean, these ones are, you know, April. They kind of have to do something with it. So, I will say I am supposed to still be in Japan then. I'll be in Tokyo. I won't be in Nagoya, which is where I stay when I go to Suzuka. So I do think that would be interesting. Didn't happen at all. I wouldn't miss it. That's fair. I mean, they may end up just canceling them to cancel them, but I think there's contract requirements with the sponsors and such because they've already locked in the amount of races. So I think they kind of have to do those races. It's not like we can postpone and reschedule them because also the reality is that we have no idea how long a war will go. Ignore whatever my president says. We don't like him. We don't trust him. He's losing it, frankly. He's sundowning actively at 3 p.m. every single fucking day, okay? So whatever number he gives you, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about, okay? So we really have no idea how long they will just like they don't have an end goal in sight. So like they're just going to keep bombing things. Also, they're just doing whatever Israel tells them to do. So it's, you know, everything is awful and horrible. And I hate that there's a body count for stupidity. Surrender for fucking what at this point? Yusei chant is very catchy, and I love using it sarcastically and for things that have nothing. Suzuka versus Suzuka and Lego cars. I love Suzuka Circuit. It's a really fun circuit. I have a general admission ticket this time around, so I am really excited to see how that plays out. I'm not working with anyone or anything like that, which is great because then that means that I get to film whatever the fuck I want, which I do love. They didn't say. That tracks. Unconditional surrender for what? Again, they originally claimed they didn't mean to take out the Ayatollah. So, again, does anyone know what they're doing ever? Oh yeah, and he fired Kristi Noem while she was on stage. Like, while she was giving a speech after her deposition. And gave the dude that replaced her, like, 30 seconds of warning. Like, everything is awful and horrible. I fucking hate her, though, so I hope that charges are brought immediately, frankly, against her. These nurses and doctors online saying he only has a few months to live. That's giving me hope. He does not look well. Ever. But I doubt the new guy will be an improvement. Oh no, apparently there's already allegations against him. Everything is horrible. But frankly, I think this is needed. The Noem situation is needed. One, she's an idiot. Two, she used, like... Did you guys see the fucking ad that supposedly cost like $260 million to make? That costs more than a lot of Marvel movies. Why is that? There's no way that number is fucking real. Like, it's so absurd. And if you think you're following, was it me yelling about Christy now? The dog killer? Is that it? Um, you know. Oh, only an associate's degree? God, maybe I can run for Senate next. We have the same amount of schooling. Like, Jesus. Laundering money, maybe. I mean, like, the location, unless they were like actively properly paying for permits and production value and stuff, but I'm like, even that, the thing it looks insane, and I'm like, why are you in these fucking what are we talking about? Why did we need this? What's going on? No, he's pissed because, so the reason that is given, or that has been leaked, is that she said that he approved that budget. And it doesn't sound, I don't doubt that he didn't approve it. I don't think he fucking is looking at anything. I think he probably signed some shit, so on paper he approved it, but he doesn't know what these fucking people are doing. Thank you, Kate, for following. No, it sounds like it was all production. And I mean, like, it's a high quality ad. It's a big ad. I think it may have also been reached for like ad spots and stuff, but it's a combined total of like $260 million, which is fucking absurd. I'll qualify a literal senator. That's a scary thought. I'm only doing my bachelor's degree. Damn. We're cooked. What are you chewing on? I don't know what you're chewing on. Okay. It's a piece of paper. He's fine. But yeah, so he fired her, which I am almost hopeful, because this is going to show everyone in his cabinet that it doesn't matter what you do. He will throw you under the bus the moment it's advantageous for him. You know, the moment you no longer serve him and you become even a shred of a liability, they will burn you. And I need everyone in his cabinet to understand that this man has the loyalty of a fucking unripened avocado. You know, like, it is needed. Hermes, can you stop? I'm so sorry. Can you stop? Nope, stop. Don't bite my foot. Ew. Apparently means that the war will continue until there is a regime change with the selection of a great and acceptable leaders. That's not what that means. And also, they themselves have claimed, the administration has claimed, there's no suitable leaders. Like, the people they had decided were possible contenders for taking over Iran, they're dead too. So do they just mean an American dictator? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Are they going to send Rubio? I don't think he'll survive that long, frankly. He is geeked on the Ferrari hopium. Hermes is a Ferrari fan, by the way, chat, in case you guys didn't know. That's why he's arguably a menace to society. Not a regular... Where did you go? Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, God. Also, I splurged and got Dr. Pepper Zero Sugars at the store today, chat. Thank you for following. So, good news. There are now an elephant ambulance to help rescue elephants. Very fun. American selected puppet leader? Yeah, probably. How is Pete Dickbreath not a liability? Because he does whatever Trump wants him to do. It's really that simple. Like, as soon as under oath, hi, Kristi Noem was not performing well, she was out. And then made him look complicit in her seemingly clear fraud. Stop. Roof. Okay. And your point. And him not surviving. But totally won't end in genocide. Jesus. Yeah, like this was my. I don't drink alcohol, chat. I did buy a bottle of wine today, which I always forget I have to get carded whenever I buy a bottle of wine. I bought a bottle of wine not to drink but to cook with because French onion pasta. Obviously, I needed wine for deglazing. But yeah, I was like, these are my alcohol. Like, this is my. Let me just drink. This is my second one tonight. Everything is awful. Can you chill? I need you to not be something awful. Can you just be calm, Goblin? Okay, again, the more I think about it, the more I'm stressed about qualifying, chat. Because we've learned nothing. They're currently funding dissidents groups in and around Iran to start an uprising. Because we've learned nothing. Not a single thing. I mean, that's their playbook. It's not that we've learned nothing. They think it's a good tactic. I don't think there are enough people around of sound mind, judgment, character to staff the government. Not this administration, there fucking isn't. Because the main qualifier to be selected for any cabinet position under the Trump administration is ass kicks Trump. That's really it, you know. You anytime the Epstein files is mentioned, you're like, no, we're moving on from that. That's like the main requirement. And then but Trump has the attention span of a turtle. Okay, sorry, that's mean to turtles. And it really takes one thing. He doesn't remember the 16 times that you covered his ass. He remembers the one time you embarrassed him, especially under oath. These past 2 weeks have been tempting me towards drinking, and it's worse because I literally study the moronic shit they do. I'm a social science student. I admit I am thinking of getting back into weed, frankly. I am thinking about it. I still haven't done it, but I am considering my options of getting back into doing weed. On a positive note, I got some spicy Cajun roasted peanuts from Tractor Supply. They're so good. Damn. I'm not a big fan of spicy peanuts, I do admit. I like a spicy nut, like a walnut or like a cashew, but a peanut, I can't do it. I don't know why. I think because like I'm so used to peanut butter and like a slightly sweet peanut butter. So like a spicy. Can you calm down? We're talking about peanuts. Jeez. Goodness. I need one of the journalists to ask a very important question to Trump and ask him the date and time the question being asked. So I don't think he could do it. I mean, fucking Rubio couldn't do it. He forgot a question and that he had answered from the same journalist that asked it the day before about them invading Iran on the behest of Israel. Like, he was like, were you in that briefing? He's like, I'm the one that asked the question. Yeah, I was in that briefing. Like, what are we talking about? Can you calm down? He's on my knee. Stress maxing, lore maxing, life maxing, whimsy. We're whimsy maxing, Hermes. Can you stop screaming at me? We're whimsy maxing. You're really cutting into the whimsy maxing time. Are you loser maxing, Hermes? Is that what's happening? He hates me. No, stop. Okay, like what are you doing? I think the Hermes is showing his Republican side. I know. You guys, Hermes, we don't know if he's a Republican. We do know he's homophobic, but we don't know if he's a Republican. But I mean, it's not looking good. He does have a Republican look about him. He does. Ow! It's not even like there's onions in it. It's made for the sole purpose of delivering onions to my belly. Like, that's the whole point. Like, I spent time caramelizing these onions. I frankly could have caramelized them longer. And yet, you think that you're going to get some because you, like, look cute or you bark at me. And, like, it's not going to happen because I'm not cleaning up your throw up later. I don't want you to go to the doctors. You know? Do you understand? He's like, this bitch. What is it they called it in my video? A wage. Sorry, this is not my belief. But yeah, Clavicular called it a wage cuck, working for a living. Hermes, stop. Technically Lando, but he annoys me. They all annoy me at some point, you know. Technically, I like them both. I am a McLaren girly. Lando is my driver. I do also like Oscar, but they do both annoy me. Last season, they were both irritating the fuck out of me. And I can't stand Zach Brown, so. Asking for handouts, not very Ayn Rand of you. Hi. Guys, if he's a Republican, he definitely can't read. What are we talking about? It is done. I made French onion pasta. Ooh, veggie cheesesteaks. Ooh, dude, I'm really cooking with cabbage a lot lately. I literally, one of the things I bought today was a whole head of cabbage so I can make that caramelized cabbage pasta. With like the miso glaze. It was so good. The line I'll always remember about Zach Brown, okay? I was at Velocity Invitational in 2023, and I had made some friends with people on the McLaren Heritage team, also with this couple that I had met, so like we were hanging around a lot. And one of the engineers we were talking to, and the woman goes, she goes, so when you guys all fly out of here, does Zach fly out with you guys? Like, do you guys all fly out together? And Gary, in just like that British accent, just goes, oh no, no, I don't, that's not an accent. No, he just goes, no, I don't know where Zach parks his plane. No, he doesn't fly with us. No. And I always think about that. Hi, can you calm down? Like, it was like the most preposterous thing in the world that Zach would deign to fly with them. And I think about that a lot. Dude, I think Fernando's this close to retiring. Also, when is his girlfriend due? Is she due yet? Because they announced she was pregnant right before Vegas, yes? Do we have any idea? Let's see. Oh, by the way, I hate the new F1 intro. I don't like, it's the same song, okay? But I don't like the lighting for the drivers in the new intro. It looks extremely poorly lit. But I don't know what's going on this season with the media, because the person apparently for the main grid photo that they did, where it looks like they're in a parking garage, apparently the photographer, they only gave her like 3 or 4 options of where they could take that photo, and that was like the best option, was like that spot, which is weird. No, I'm fine with him doing the T-pose. Everyone just, it looks wonky. Also, who was it? Was it Kimmy going like this? What are we doing? Really? And then Lance is like cheesing in his shot, which I find funny. So, we'll see. Also, I'm very excited to later watch, I'll probably watch it tomorrow, the Dinosaurs documentary on Netflix. It's out today. Let's see. Someone brought up, again, everyone is 12 now. Not gonna lie. Yep. I had to do a double take at that one. Like, does that have a new meaning, or is he using the call me gesture? No, it's like, This is like hang loose. This is like a surfer move. That's how I know it, but I'm in California. Yeah, it's hang 10. Hang loose, hang 10. You know, it's like a surfer move. It's not the call me. This would be a call me. This is like hang 10, hang loose. It's very weird to see. I don't know what the Italian children are doing these days, but evidently. Always been a bit more private than other drivers. No, I know. When he started dating his girlfriend, no one knew. Like she was interviewing him still, and they were both so wildly professional. I think she has a child already, but it was confirmed that she is pregnant. But I think he might retire soon because last season, but forget the potential nerve damage this season. Last season, it was wildly clear that he was dealing with a lot of pain when he wasn't in the car. His reliance on the scooter last season, I thought, was very telling. And he is, I think they confirmed again tonight that he is the longest running F1 driver. He's like the longest period of time, I think, in history. Thank you for subscribing, Not Your Mood. Moody, thank you. You won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. But I think you can see he looks like he's in pain when he's not in the car. And the rumor I always heard is that he refuses to retire before Lewis. He refuses to let Lewis outlast him, which is very funny. And I low-key think is true. However, I don't know if his body will allow him to make that promise to himself. No, you know who's back? Hold on. My lighting is weird. There we go. There we go. I was like, I am out of focus. I did the peace sign. Our finger hurts. Got to keep it fruity. What I really want this season, when someone passes, I want someone to go like this. Like, just very quickly lift up their fingers like this. Because then everyone will zoom in thinking they're flipping them off. And instead, they're doing finger hearts. Like, go fuck yourself. Bye. I think it would be really funny. Maybe I can get it from one of the F1 Academy drivers. Okay, he's been in F1 since 2001 and has over 500 race starts. Yeah. So, again, Rosalie, I feel like we don't have enough data, truly, outside of his literal existence, of the long-term effects of this sport on the body. And I think we're seeing that potentially exhibited. Again, when you get older, your body just does start deteriorating. You can be the healthiest person on the planet. Your bone density goes down, muscle density goes down, even with him training like crazy. So I think we're seeing like the effects of, say, like vertical G's on the body and like what they could be doing to bone density and things like that. We really don't know. He's our example, you know? Yeah, exactly. I am the Moody Millie. I quite enjoy your content. Thank you. Thank you for following, Happy. They said when Arvid was born, he was world champion. Yep. You know, it's... Was I born in was Villeneuve my... What year was it? I think it was Villeneuve. Let's see. World driver champion. I know it was a one and done. Yeah, Villeneuve. World driver championship in 1997. Aha. Do you get liquefied or something for vertical G's? Well, that's the thing. We don't know. So, for example, there's like drivers' necks being bigger is to support their neck from the vertical G's because they're fighting against those vertical G's when they're driving. But when they, like the speeds they go at, the fact that multiple drivers have had to do hair transplants or that their hairline has receded because the sweat and their head socks and the helmets fucking with their hair, you know, like their scalp. We don't know the effects of, you know, breathing in crash fumes, tire fumes, things like that for a foreseeable amount of time. Let's think about the fact that this sport has come so far in safety regulations in the time that Fernando has just been in the car, you know? Like, the Halo was introduced in the time that Lewis and Fernando have been in these cars. Some of these other drivers as well. But, like, think of how far the safety things have done. Like, the damage his body has probably taken. Like, I don't know, which we may never get true answers for, at least under the, you know, the current state of things. Todd Aff in race cars, maybe a bit better. Yeah, like you're literally being cooked inside these cars in some capacity, which it can't be healthy to lose. What is it the line, like, oh yeah, I can lose up to like 8 pounds or something insane from just sweating in water weight in the course of a race. Like, that can't be healthy to be doing up and down again, you know. Carbon fiber inhalation, you know, various, there's so many different things, you know? But again, like, we have that example exhibited in Fernando and then Lewis, you know? Might be the place to look. I don't think it's the same thing, though, because it's a totally different experience. The G's are I feel like the G's are extremely different from a NASCAR versus a single seater, you know? Plus the speed is just different. Like, you can be tall in NASCAR. You can be like normal height in NASCAR. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, what is a halo? No, it's not a neck brace. So, okay, let me pull. Oh, I can pull up an example. We're on stream. F1 car. Okay, let me do images. No, not top speed. Okay. Oh, here's a good example. Nope, go back. Oh, no, this is fine. Okay. Here, I'll show you guys. So, this is an F1 car. Okay, this is on the Red Bull site, okay? So over here, this is the halo, okay? Before the halo, F1 drivers' heads and necks were just out in the open, okay? And yes, it did kill people. Hermes, no digging. We're discussing halos. This is important. When a car would crash, when they would roll, when they would go upside down, when another car would end up on top of them, the halo was a necessary. Hermes, stop. Hermes, literally stop. So I'll show you an example of it without the halo. Hold on. F1 car, no halo. So let me show you the difference. Here's a decent, let me see. Yeah, here's Carlos in a Red Bull. So, Hermes, oh my goodness. This is it without the halo, okay? So, see how the head is completely unprotected? This is what they used to look like. This is an F1 car, yes? Yeah, this is from 7 years ago. So, this invention of the halo has led to saving the lives of multiple drivers. Even just the other day, Luke Browning, I believe. Hermes, can you stop? Luke Browning had a crazy crash, and, you know, this saved his life. Like, he would have been dead. There's a lot of safety developments that have come with that. Let me pull up Lewis and Max driving incident. Here's another instance of the halo saving someone's life. Let me pull this up. Give me the photo. So as you can see, this is Lewis Hamilton's car, and this is Max. So, in this instance, I don't remember how this exactly happened, but he was launched into the air and landed on top of Lewis Hamilton's car, and there was apparently actual skid marks on Lewis's helmet from this back tire. The halo did save his life in this instance. There are drivers in Formula E who, because Formula E had to, Hermes, I swear to God. Hold on. Sorry, chat. My lighting hates me. There we go. There are drivers in Formula E that they credit Hermes. Dear God. Yeah, here's a better angle. As you can see it. Oops. Ignore that. I don't want to allow ads. I'm trying to show them. Anyways, here's him physically on top of the car. So, do you hear Hermes digging in my couch? I mean, Zhou probably would have died from the crash and someone if the halo wasn't there. Yeah. Zhou Guanyu, okay, who is now a reserve driver for, Zhou Guanyu crash for Cadillac. Let me give you his, let me see. Here's a crazy one. Okay, we've got two here. So here's one. We got this one. And we've got this one as well. Okay. So here's one. I don't think this is the same crash. This is from 2022. See how the halo is keeping his head from being yoinked off his fucking body by the pavement? The halo is, hands down, I think, probably one of the greatest innovations in safety for Formula One. At least in the last decade, in my opinion. Without it, so many of the accidents that we see drivers walk away from, or at least are able to exit the vehicle at all, is because of the halo. Is Hermes raising your cortisol levels? Yeah, he is. He's Jester maxing. We also have this one. As you can see, you have the halo in here protecting his head when he got literally stuck between the barriers after flying through the air and tumbling multiple times. Zhou is in the car here. He is inside that car here. So the halo is, you'll see it, and it's something that I think is, like I said, one of the greatest innovations, I think, in the last decade minimum, you know? Like, here's another, let me just show you this one. No, this is a Photoshop. Hang on. I don't want to show me the fucking car. Yeah, they're Photoshop. I don't want to show me the car without the halo. Why is everything a Photoshop? Here's one. This is old school. Here's an old school F1 car. There you go. Just straight up. Heads just kind of hanging out here. If you watch really old videos of like the 90s and before the 90s of F1, their heads just chilling out here, you know. And it's one of the very many reasons that multiple drivers died. In the 70s, I finished reading Jackie Stewart's book, Faster, the F1 Driver's Diary, okay, of the time from the late 60s to the 70s, okay? It's good season in there, okay? And the amount of times, this fucking crash, this is insane. You guys can't see. Which one is this? Yeah, there's halos in this one. So, just crazy. But the amount, there was one period in that book that I was like so shocked by, and it's one of the reasons I want a lot of F1 fans, modern fans, to read it, because they don't think, so I think some newer fans don't understand how far safety has come in this sport. There was a span of like maybe 3 weeks that Jackie covers in his book, okay? And in those 3 weeks, they quote lost 4 people in those 3 weeks in various series. while they are figuring out how to grieve, like, Piers, they go to Bruce McLaren's funeral. Like it's in one time when they're discussing whether or not to do the German Grand Prix, because of safety concerns. Someone very almost flippantly says, in the last 3 months, we've lost 14 Europeans in racing series. Like 14 people have died. And then that entry ends with him going, what none of us were saying is that which one of us would be next, basically. What's the name of the book? It's Faster. Here, let me pull it up. Sorry, I got the words wrong. It's Faster, ! A Racer's Diary. It's by Jackie Stewart and Peter Manzo. It's from the 70s. Okay, so the copy I have is like a used copy that I found at a used bookstore. But it is available. I would check Thrift Books, see if that is available here. See if your library has it. Let's see. Yeah, it came out in 1972. The book follows, he talks about the 1969 season and then 1970 and 1971. So yeah, but it's so important to show the change in the sport from then to now, because, like, let me put it this way. Piers Courage dies during a race, okay? Has a crash, dies, okay? Let me give you this the race is happening, okay? Piers crashes, okay? Jackie's wife and Piers's wife are up on, like, the thing. They're keeping time, because they would always keep their own times as well. Like, their wives, their partners, whatever, would keep times because there wasn't a broadcast in the same way on site, okay? So as they're going around, they know a crash has happened, and Jackie slows down, and his his engineer gives him a thumbs up, and he took that to mean as Piers is okay. Because what apparently had happened is a marshal had apparently believed that he had saw Piers get out of the car on his own. He believed that he had seen Piers outside of the car. So everyone assumed, okay, the crash is bad. He must have survived, okay? Finished the race, and once he's walking up to his engineer, he tells him to take his helmet off, and he immediately knows that Piers is dead. So Piers's wife had been freaking out, okay? And they then tell Helen, Jackie's wife, we think you should be the one to tell his wife. So they have Jackie's wife tell Piers's wife that her husband is dead. And then they go back to the hotel. She takes a pill. They give her a pill, okay? Piers's wife. And then Jackie goes with them, and then he has to go back the next day. He can't stay with his wife after he just lost his friend. Piers is one of his best friends at this time, okay? He then goes back to the track because the cops need them to try and piece through what happened with the crash. So he has to go and help recreate the crash that just killed his friend the day before, so that the police can make a proper record of it. Thankfully, they determined, because of where his helmet was found, they believe that he had died instantly from the impact and not from the fire that, engulfed the car afterwards. But again, it's things like his helmet coming off. Again, no halo. Like, would a halo have saved him in this moment? Who knows? But it is one of those choices and one of those changes that I think has saved so many drivers since. Dave Keefe came the sport pure, who's killed many drivers in F1 and NASCAR. I was just jokingly going to ask if you're considered that safety is gay. No, I don't think safety is gay. No. I have a developed frontal lobe, and I'm a big sister, and I live alone. I'm extremely risk adverse. I do dumb shit all the time. I take a lot of risks, but I take calculated risks, Like, safety is not gay or dumb or stupid or whatever. You know, it's not. It's it's dumb dying from something that's completely fucking avoidable. You know. I think safety is gay. Positive. Thank you. We like safety here. Yes. Yeah. Actually, there's a YouTube video on someone dead where they went through every crash to see if a halo would save the driver. A lot of the older crashes, they said they would say seatbelts would save them because a lot of drivers didn't have like proper seatbelts. Yeah. Well, also I think it's it's seatbelts, but also at the time I feel like a lot of people determine seatbelts at the time. It's like, okay, well if the car catches on fire, you need to get out, and I don't have time to get out. 4 back surgeries, 3 fusions. Safety is awesome. Yep. These be so dangerous. Yeah. I mean, I think there's one track that I think is still abandoned, or at least part of the track is abandoned now. Like, the track is still in use. They still use it for other things, not for F1. But there's a whole section of the track that is not in use. And it was because it was so far away, like the track was so remote at certain parts, they never put marshals there. And so at one point, one of the marshals quit and then jumped the fence to go onto the track to prove a fucking point. Like, he was like, he did it in protest to show, yeah, you should have stopped me, basically. And so they like literally closed off a whole section of the track and like just let it grow out. I think it's in Germany. I'm not certain. Bye. Up to 4 for this. I mean, the race isn't, it's not quali yet. We have another hour. Nuremberg? Was it? Valencia Street Circuit? Let me see. Is it Valencia? No, that doesn't look right. No, it was like a fairly remote track. I saw a YouTube video on it. Yeah, there's plenty of abandoned tracks around the country, around the world, I should say. But, yeah. Hawk something? Oh, Hockenheim? That looks right. Hold on. Hockenheim. Yeah, that looks right. I see it. Yeah, you can see where they've just let it grow out. Yeah, 2022 to present. Yeah, here's an image so you guys can see it. So this looks right. Just huge. And so now this is what they use. I wish hockey implemented safety standards for like Formula One where someone has to do, because it was hockey. It's only certain players after a certain point need to do certain things. Like, so currently 3 players in the NHL don't wear visors because they were playing before the visors were permanently required. Grandfathering out of safety regulations is deranged, actually. I still think, personally, I think we need neck guards in hockey, but I'm an asshole. I don't want to see someone get their throat cut by a skate on a broadcast. So, you know, I want neck guards. Also, do people not want teeth? Why are we allergic to face shields? Don't you guys want teeth? Yeah. Like a year or 2 ago, I think. I still think that shit was semi-intentional, personally. But that's because that video really upset me, so. There's a video of Toto comforting Kimmy after the crash. Yeah, because Kimmy is his favorite son. a firefighter during the days where there was no breathing mask. Oh, in fact, he was one of the group that got to first try them out, and most of the guys refused to use them. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm born and raised in California, where, like, we wouldn't get to have recess if there was a wildfire nearby, you know? Like, I can't imagine being a firefighter and regularly going into burning buildings and not wanting to have a mask on. Like, I really can't believe that, because the damage to your lungs, the permanent, like, as soon as you inhale those permanent fucking chemicals, your life's kind of fucking over in some capacity. You can't do the job anymore. You will not be able to be a firefighter anymore. Like, your life becomes managing these symptoms. I can't imagine doing that willingly. It's always a rough thing to see. Like, that's one of the reasons I literally will bitch out anyone that hates seeing the Guardian caps in the NFL. Where are the fucking Guardian caps? You know, we know so much more now about CTE. Like, if you're doing contact sports and you're not wearing the Guardian caps, at the very least in fucking practice, what the fuck are we doing? You know? And honestly, they can design them to be in any color so they can match your helmet colors for the team, and then you can't even tell that they're there. Who gives a shit? You know, it's bullshit. I don't like being reminded that these guys are in danger. Okay, are you fuck you then? They're the ones in the danger? What are we talking about? If it didn't happen to me, then it can't happen, be that bad or unlikely to happen. We're so fucked. Like, we're so doomed as a species. As someone that to hockey skate in the armpit. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate armpit injuries so bad. They make me so violently uncomfortable. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about it. I'm picturing the pain. Oh, my God. As a result, during Shirts and Skins captain's practice, I'd probably wear a neck guard if I played again. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm picturing that. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. That made me so... Hold on. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Sorry, that grossed me out so much, that thought. Oh, God. I hate armpit injuries. Like, as someone that likes writing horror, I'm gonna have to do, like, at some point, a serial killer that just stabs people in the armpits because it makes me so uncomfortable. They do. But guess what? They keep you from dying and being paralyzed. Yeah! I don't want to hear a story about how this guy lost his fucking mind and beats his wife for funsies now because he doesn't know what else to do. Like, I don't want to hear those stories. Sorry. I'd rather him look silly now playing the game than later. Like, even F1 has been behind on safety gear a lot. For example, the Halo. The FIA had the Halo proposed to them in 2008 after a Formula Renault driver was killed by a wheel that came off another car and hit him in the head. God. The driver was Henry Surtees. His father was John Surtees, an F1 champion. Jesus. Why do people get weird when they can see the bra that carries soccer players' fitness trackers? Because people are pussies? I really don't know. I don't think I know what you're mentioning. Hang on. The fitness trackers? Soccer. Oh, the, like, sports thingy, right? The sports harness? Fitness. Yeah, these things. Wearable tracker vests. Because people are losers and have, like, a really rigid form of, like, masculinity in their brain, frankly. That's really the answer. There's really no other reason. Everyone's dumb. Frankly. So everyone's 12. Like, you know, that saying, like, I'm working on a philosophy that everyone's 12 now. Like, that's the easiest explanation, truly. Went over to the bench, asked if I was cut. Guy on the bench yelled at B to get off the ice. Sounds fucking gnarly. Actually, it barely hurt. And I didn't even realize I got cut. I'm so sorry. I don't believe you. I know it happened to you, and I'm so sorry. I'm dismissing your reality. But I don't believe that didn't hurt. Because that sounds fucking horrible. Being a man, I can tell you from a young age, we were propagated through commercials and TV that a man doesn't need protection. It's not true. I hate it. I hate it. Oh my god, the pieces of the Mercedes car, the marshals going through it all. Oh my, oh god, that thing, that carbon fiber shattered. Damn, damn, that thing, it shattered like a plate from IKEA. Jesus. Cute stuff. Cool. And the reason because one time my mom coaches youth girls soccer, and one time I was whispered during geography with the players, and a player got hit in the head with the ball. The crowd shouted, and the other coach, male on the team, was yelling at the player to walk it off. My mom got so pissed at him because that's a head injury. It's crazy because I feel like if you watch professional sports, like you see the women's soccer team playing with like blood in their mouth because they took a ball to the fucking, they took a cleat to the chin, you know, and then you see the men like bump into each other, you know, and like we'll see. I hate it. I hate everything. Everything's fucking awful, and we need safety. The steering wheel broke my hand in a wreck, and I didn't notice until the next day. I was carrying 40 plus pounds unloading stuff from my car with it. Jesus. Happened to my brother one time, although he didn't notice he was in pain because he was high. This is my favorite story. So my brother he claims he wasn't actually high. At the very least, he looked high, so I think he got a contact high. But I was so worried. I came home from the beach with my friends where I was smoking weed. I don't think I was smoking weed. I think I was taking hits from hits from my friend's dab pen while we played Pokemon Go. Okay. Extremely 2016 things. And I came home and I was like, fuck, I hope I don't look high. Like, they're gonna be so annoyed with me. And I was like 18, so it didn't really matter. But it was my brother opened the door and his eyes he's so high. His eyes were like this. And he just goes, "Hi, sister. I broke my hand." And his hand's in a cast. And then he like walked into the house. And Lisa runs up to me and she's like, "Your brother is high." And I was like, "No way, is he?" As I'm also high. I tell my dad that story. He's like, "Don't tell me that." I was like, no, it was perfect. Because Grant was so high. You guys didn't notice I was high. It's perfect. There was a guy making fun of a girl for having 2 hockey teams in her bio while he had a hockey team, an American football team, the Knicks in his bio, and had his account named after the Hughes Bros. So my friends made fun of the guy. People are dumb. What? No. It's the perfect crime. Yeah, no, he was so high. He had basically broken his hand skateboarding with his friends. And my dad and Lisa picked him up. And they were going to get lunch. And like 20 minutes into lunch, he goes, "Hey, by the way, my thumb looks like this." And his hand was like all swollen and blue. And like he was so high, he like he was like, "Oh, this doesn't look right." And they were like, "Oh my God," and like rush him to the ER. I think about that one from time to time. That one was funny. Someone that had my arm broken where it tore through the skin after getting tripped in hockey can confirm did not feel that until someone on the bench told me I was bleeding. Then I passed out. Jesus. It's crazy. After Earnhardt died, NASCAR went in and changed everything to make sure it didn't happen again. And so far since, they've had many crashes that were exactly the same and lived. You know, unfortunately, it takes that big of a name sometimes, which is tragic and awful, and it shouldn't be that. But for the series to lose like a big name like that is kind of what they need, because they see these people in terms of dollars, and so unfortunately that's what it takes. It's from the marketing perspective. My sister was like, hey, your hand is blue. I was like, nah, I just jammed my thumb and it's cold, so my hand is just cold. Didn't realize it was broken until it was swollen like a meatloaf the next day. Ugh. Rolled my ankle inward skateboarding so bad they said I would have been better off if I broke it. It was like the bottom of my shoe sole. Okay, we're changing the topic. From personal grievous injury. Jesus. Oh, have you guys heard about Timothée Chalamet's beef with the entire ballet and opera community? Have you guys heard about this? Have you guys heard about this? Timothée Chalamet basically said that one of the reasons he wants to be an actor is because he doesn't want to be in ballet and opera, because he doesn't want to be like part of something that we're like begging to keep alive, basically. And basically said that like, oh, I'll probably lose some like ticket sales from that, but it'll be like a small percentage, because like only a small percentage of people care about opera and ballet. And so now every major ballet and opera company is using that audio of him being like, yeah, I kind of don't want to be a part of these things. I don't care about these things, as he's like laughing, to demonstrate the artistry, or also all of the artists that work within their company. Fernando Montan literally made an open letter that he posted to Instagram. Timothée Chalamet, I have a great deal of respect for your artistry and for your career. This is so long, I'm not reading the whole thing. A representative of the ballet community wrote a letter expressing disappointment in Chalamet's recent comments. It is important to remember that our words carry influence. Yeah, and that's the thing, because like I don't blame anyone for wanting to be great and successful, but like the mark of a good artist, frankly, is that you acknowledge the impact of other forms of art, you know? Like, so you can be, I want to be an amazing movie star. Okay. You can't be a movie star in Hollywood and not understand the impact of opera and ballet on the current modern film and television series. It's extremely far removed for a lot of these things now, but so much of the current landscape of film comes from ballet and opera. Why shit on different art? Because he's a boy. I don't fucking know. He keeps talking. He wants a good soundbite. I don't know. It's the money, totally the money. You're right, and that's the part I have a hard time with F1. NASCAR had their self-sued last year, so they're okay. I feel like he had been really falling off as he has gotten more successful. Let's see. Like, there's just so, like, everyone likes to do insane shit right before the Oscars, you know? Oh, an editor at Planet F1 Matt Coach said, for those who missed it, it's expected Bahrain and Saudi will be canceled without replacements. Lack of promotion fee and increased cost pressure for teams are the main reasons. There's also a lack of time and need from F1's perspective. Suggestions of double Suzuka were unpopular in the paddock because the human cost. Going to Imola or Portimao would create other issues. Still work to be done. Suggestions: some teams have freight in Bahrain they need to get out. No official word yet, but fully expecting Bahrain Saudi cancellation and a 22 race season as the result. I mean, I think it could be an interesting season if we get 22. Sometimes the FIA genuinely just makes stupid fucking moronic decisions that end up with people getting hurt or even dying. We've lost 3 drivers because the FIA and its predecessor made idiotic decisions to keep races running, like Roland Ratzenberger died during fucking practice for the 1994 San Marino GP. Because the FISA ignored warnings about track conditions. Yeah, it seems like the Middle East circuits should get scrapped this year. died during the San Marino GP in 1994 because FIA is still ignoring the awards. Yep. Jules Bonacci in 2014 because the marshals didn't care that they were still cars on track, didn't red flag the session, put out a recovery vehicle anyway. That's on both the track marshals and the FIA for letting that race happen. Hell, and what was it, 2023? An F3 driver died in Spa? That just happened. Because visibility was so poor. It's just racing. I don't care what they're racing as long as it's fast. It doesn't even have to be fast, just motorized. Let's see. Yeah, the Metropolitan Opera has thrown shade Timothy Chalamet's way after the actor said no one cares about ballet or opera as reason why he doesn't work in those fields. This one's for you, Timothy Chalamet. Like, you could just say, I am not good at ballet, so I don't dance. Like, I'm not good at dancing, so I have never pursued ballet. Like, why is this a talking point where you're also taking digs at them simultaneously? Hubert crashed during the Eau Rouge and Radillion. Yep. You didn't have to say anything at all. Yeah. And it's weird because he's talking to, I think he was talking to Matthew McConaughey. And Matthew McConaughey almost looks bothered in the clip that I've seen, but I haven't seen the full interview. So. Oh, also, when we're watching quali, do not ask me to explain what the car is doing. I still don't fully understand the new regulations with what the car is doing. I was listening to it during FP3, like trying to make sense of like, okay, we're doing this, and then now he's moving. You can hear it. He's moving I still don't get it. So give me time. What the spray situation? I know the ground effect car shot water up like crazy. So we don't know, Pear Trees, because they were going to do the wet tire tests in Bahrain. That's why so many cars had gear. Why so many teams had gear that they were going to do the wet tire tests, the wet condition tests, because the Bahrain GP has set up their track with sprinklers so they can do tests like that. So I don't think we know yet what the spray looks like. Because my government decided to do something fucking psychotic. I'm gonna stay in the loop for the last few months because of work travel, and now I'm crash coursing everything in the moment. Fair. I think the rage bait, but I don't understand the motive. The motive is he's a dude who kept fucking talking. The same way Jesse Buckley made cat people mad. Nurburing, did you know they kept that damn track on the rotation for the next year? And yep. See, going to be even further apart than last season. We've got 30 minutes to the start of the next session, so I'm stressed. May the off season go by quickly. F1 cars are the fastest, highest tech cars in the world. They should be the safest. You would think. Pre-qualifying show. Watch live. Here we go. I'm just going to pull up the pre-qualifying show so I have it up. So, let's see. We haven't had any deaths in over a decade. This is an absolute miracle at this point, but we've had some close fucking calls. I want to stay up for quali, but I have to be to bed earlier. You're totally good. Like, thank God we haven't had any deaths. I do feel like it's one of the safest series currently. Unfortunately, it is. I mean, Kimmy walked away from his crash. You know, that photo of Gabby, like the F1 photo of the year, the motorsport photo of the year from Motorsport Magazine, was a photo of Gabriel Bortoletto's crash last season, where literally the photo is so incredible because you literally, it looks like the car exploded. And that's the car after impact. And it's all the carbon fiber exploding out. And Gabby is in there. Like, he's in the car and he survived. Like, he walked away from that one, you know? Like, it is extremely safe now, you know? I mean, the last true issue that I remember, and I could be wrong because I don't think we had any major injuries even last year, but I mean, the last time I can really think about it is Franco Colapinto getting a concussion in Vegas and then them hiding it so he could do the race or qualifying. I can't remember. That was the last time that I'd even heard of a concussion, I think. And now this. Yeah, well, you know, shit happens. Let's see. What do we expect from Mr. Crashgate himself? Because the race surface at Brazil was abysmal? True. Let's see. Okay, we got about 30 minutes to the start of qualifying. I don't think qualifying's being delayed at all. The fact the Bortoletto was fine after a 57G crash is crazy and speaks volumes about how much they've built safety in. Mm-hmm. God, it looks so bright. And I need them to fix the exposure on this broadcast, actually. It looks a little overexposed. I'm so stressed for qualifying. I'm actually like watching them talk pre-qualifying. It's stressing me out. It's crazy that drivers can just walk away from that. Yeah. Checo in 2023, 24, he had a crazy crash at Monaco where it literally looked like his car had been smushed like a Red Bull can. And he walked away from that before the marshals even got to him, I think. Ugh. I feel like has to get changed. I love Singapore, but don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite tracks, but Jesus Christ. Try to get the race in cooler time of year. Like move that's the thing. I feel like it's always so warm there. That's the thing. I feel like the humidity is always kind of where it's at. But I don't know. I have never been, so I'm not certain. Not cooking the drivers. It's always funny watching the broadcast in the background and seeing if you can see, one, any celebrities, who's getting interviewed. Is that Gunther? Is Gunther in Australia? I wouldn't be surprised. But like, I always like seeing who's walking by, who's trying not to be on camera. Is that Gunther? Yeah, it's fucking Gunther. I see him in the background. Gunther's in the background. Gunther's at Australia. He's kind of like just a mascot now, is he not? Oh, they're talking to Mekis. Talking about how they're still figuring out these cars. Verstappen. Got 233 race starts for Max. I don't know how I feel about him racing with number 3. God damn it, they're still using that weird mix of fonts this season. The Max is the written font, and then Verstappen in big bold, and then Red Bull Racing. I hate it. Oh, Mekis puts them in P4 for the rankings. Red Bull. Interesting. God, yeah, so many of these cars, they don't know what these cars can do yet. It's going to be, guys, it might be a shit show. It might be a mess. On and Indy to adopt the Halo because of purity. Thank you for subscribing, Simply. Hold on. Simply won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing and supporting Swell Entertainment. Let's see. Well, you're telling us we're expecting chaos. Organized chaos. Dear God. Stressed. I'm stressed. I need them to not also be expecting chaos. Someone needs to have a good measured belief. But I'm here to learn. Yay, welcome in. Basically, what you're going to learn is that I'm stressed because we have new cars, new regulations, and they're already behaving insane. I'm stressed. Now we just got to summon Myrrh. It's late. I'm sure he's asleep. He's a few hours ahead of me, is he not? Yeah, here they're replaying Kimmy's crash. I'm already confused. Help. That's okay. The session hasn't started yet. You're good. We're just watching the pre-show right now. Certain things I'm not gonna be able to explain, like what the car is doing, what it means when they do X, but I can explain some things because they have a lot of new rules, so I'm still learning some of the newer rules. God, the ball spots on these tires. Just no grip. God, I'm rewatching the crash. Was that his back wing that just went flying? Oh, God, that really was a really bad crash. Arvid does because he's the first new driver in this set of regulations. Everyone else other. And last year, yep. God, this angle of his slide is crazy. Just zero. Oh, God, this is rough. All right, we got 20 minutes. Stressed. They're talking about George. Do. Just disassembled, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're good, Simply. Where does he happen while they do interviews? And don't be confused if you don't understand what's going on, just because with the new regulations, no one knows what's going on. Some of the teams don't know what's going on, and that's okay. It's not for them. I mean, it's really bad. I'm concerned. But for, like, us, it's fine. How many red flags in Q1? I don't know. I'm hoping 0. I'm thinking... I don't know if we'll get a... Well, we might get a red... I don't think we'll get a... Yeah, I think I'm 1 red flag. Q1, I'm thinking. Because it's all 22 drivers expected are going to go out. God, I feel like every season George looks like he got lip filler again. Just slightly a little bit more. I'm like, God, he touched up the lip filler, but he doesn't have lip filler. In FP1, in Q1? We're just doing a little... Okay, it keeps pausing my broadcast slightly. But I saw that analyzed the telemetry of a bunch of different drivers and this new car lets Lewis not brake at all. Fun! Lets him carry so much more speed into the corners than anyone else. This should be fun. I'm at 3, 2 for cars braking, and 1 into the barriers. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Baudo, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know why there's no animation for that. Thank you for subscribing. Weird. Simply, I got you. Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, sorry. I saw the 2 and I was like, did I get you? Yes. Okay, sorry. I blacked that out for a second. I was like, wait a minute. I'm very sleepy, but my stress is going to keep me awake. F1's Fantasy Sports. Yeah, we played it last year. I haven't set my team up this year. We tracked it a bit for like the first part of the season last year and then kind of abandoned it. So Hermes has not been letting me sleep. Oh god. But it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be dandy. Oh, they've the barriers up for Kimmy's girl. I don't know if Kimmy's getting into Q1 chat. I don't think they're gonna have time. Get that. I did the same thing with my fantasy baseball team. I don't know if I like the fantasy element of it, you know? God, it keeps... There we go. There's Ollie. God, Ollie's like oddly tall. I feel like if I met him, I'd be like, you're a tall child. Like a funeral, poor Kimmy. Apple TV to get my F1 TV subscription. Being a sports fan in America sucks. Yeah. I will say the F1 TV setup is great because I don't have ads. So. Heard you, Rosalie. I don't know if they're going to let him out on the track, frankly. I don't know if he's ready to go out on track. Carrie is it now? Psyched. That's good. Are you getting ads on your setup, Baudo? Why do we have a hype train now? I swear hype trains are so delayed lately. Thank you guys for the hype train. It's very odd. F1 TV should hire me to style their male broadcasters specifically, because some of the styling is embarrassing. So far, no. That's good. That treasure train made my watch go off in a way that scared the life out of me. Cracked me up. Thank you, Baudo. I'm glad you liked it. I was having fun with it. I don't get go live alerts on my phone, but I do get hype trains. That's really funny. Specifically, a hype train is really funny. Oh, let me change our category to sport. Hold on. Sports. Let's go sports. Let's go sports. Talking to Alan Permain, the new team principal for Racing Bulls. Shouldn't say new, but you know. Yay, sports. It's not many, but more than the none in F1 TV. Let's go sports. Yeah, a lot of people were irritated about that yesterday, I saw. I have an ad right now? They're talking about Arvid. On Apple TV. Gotcha. The Antonelli crash. This is a nice paddock. They're showing the paddock right now a little bit. Who survives qualifying is crazy. I know what he means, but still. I mean, I'm happy with the Apple TV Switch since my family has it already, so I don't need an extra subscription. Yeah, I mean, I was already paying for Apple TV, so it's not a big change for me, but I get why it's annoying for people. Thank you, Almanac, for the 25 bits. Thank you. Gets more points and podiums this season with Audi. I mean, they were doing decent. He was pretty far behind Gabby, which I don't know how that's going to work out. Dude, Cadillacs, I feel like when we watched the live of the reveal, it wasn't as dramatic as it is now. It almost looks like they're wearing slacks over their race suits with the difference in like the back, the front, and then the gray of the suit. It looks wonky. All right. It's 8:53. It's coming. It's almost there. I'm so stressed. I'm so fucking stressed. So remember, unlike last season, each session, so Q1, Q2, Q3, the bottom 6 is who gets deleted. is who gets eliminated from the next session. I'm so stressed. Oh, God. My chest. They're gonna give me a panic attack, these fuckers. God damn it. Everything is perfect. I love that the McLaren team got rid of that dumb triangle thing on their suits. Some people hate the front and back of it. I don't care. I'm just glad we got rid of that weird, the drivers got driven over look that we had last season and the last 2 seasons. I hate it. So. Qualifying. Come on. I'm so fucking stressed. Okay. So I'm reposting my stream link on Instagram. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I hate the lighting on some of them. Valtteri doesn't look like he showed up. Gabby looks fuzzy. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Did they... Okay, why is Carlos so far away from the camera? Dun, dun, dun. I like Lewis wearing his big-ass diamond earrings. Very fun. Max isn't well lit at all. Same with Kimmy, looks fuzzy. George, very far away. Even Lando's extremely far away. Why did we do it? This is gonna bother me all season, chat. Japan, I'm gonna be there. I'm so stressed out. Close far, close far. I hate it. I don't know why the lighting is so all over the place. Like, some of them are not crispy lit at all. It's very weird. All right. Tire compounds, C5, C4, and C3. We got soft, medium, and hards. I'm so stressed out. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, dear God. I'm, like, actually so stressed. I'm so stressed. All right, 68 degrees. Oh, that's a nice temp. 98 degree Fahrenheit track temp. 67% humidity. 10 kilometers winds. Commentary team is Alex Jacks, Julianne Palmer, and David Coulthard. $10 for Q3. Oh, God. So Q1 is 18 minutes, 15 minutes for Q2, 13 minutes for Q3. I have no core what is happening. It's strange, lol. That's fair. So basically, this qualifying is to set their position for the grid for the race tomorrow. So basically, you want to get through Q1, Q2, and into Q3 to get your best qualifying position to start the race. So they're all going to go out. All 22 drivers have the ability to go out during Q1, okay? All of the cars on track, which is why we're betting there's going to be some mess for Q1, okay? Then the 6 slowest drivers will be out of Q2, so they don't get to go out the next session. And their positions are locked in for 22 onwards, okay? Then Q2, same thing. Then we have the final 10 drivers remaining for Q3 to try and get the fastest times. It's going to be interesting to see. They still have the ability to get the car out for Kimi, but I think it's unlikely. Will they get any laps in? I don't know. I think it's unlikely. I don't think they'll make it, yeah. So when they announced the livery for the Ferraris, I was fully not expecting the jokes of Lewis looking like an egg yolk with his yellow helmet. But now I can't unsee it every time I see him in the Ferrari. We got green light. Oh, God. Oh, God. They're all going out. Okay. Okay. Everything's going to be fine. I do like the Kit Kat marker in the pit lane. It's kind of fun. Yeah, he'll be at the back, but he can still compete. Let's go mess. A safe mess. I'm fine with mess, but I would like safe mess. I love when people who don't realize they're supposed to be on the camera are like, hi. Not to be confused with swell mess. 18 minutes. Wow, the wind is pretty crazy. Pretty decent wind. That's leaving some, not debris, I would say, but there's like some mess on the track. Let's see. We're on board with Ollie right now. Ooh, little wobbly. Getting the tires warmed up. Here's Arvid. Oh gosh, so everyone's on their outlap right now trying to get some warmth in their tires. I don't like the satin finish on the Audi. That's fair. I feel like the Ferrari looks so shiny. Thank you for following, Sarah. Oh, I like Sarah the Cryptid. That's very fun. I like that screen name. I feel like the Ferrari looks so shiny. Okay, Hulkenberg's got is on a lap. Yeah, how's that going to do with the aerodynamics? With the more matte finish. The satiny matte finish. All right, this is going to be a slow starting lap. God, the big Kit Kat corner is crazy. Alrighty. All right, decent control here from Hulkenberg. Not super fast, but decent control. Okay, could we fix that camera angle? That was a mess. I don't know what that was. Last year where I'm at. Doesn't mean it was a good idea. But yeah, I do feel like the Ferrari looks so shiny. Okay, he let... Is that Albon? Was that Albon? Yeah. Oh god, so many of them are out. Okay. Alex is flying. Let's see. No set times yet. Albon up to P1, 121.802. Ocon, 121.818. Hulkenberg, 136.136, but he had to slow down. He had to abandon that lap. Behrman, up to P1, 121.408. They changed some of the terminology pretty last minute because they didn't like the idea of someone saying hit the mom from the back, because that's what they were calling manual override mode was. But now they still have override mode, I think, or overtake mode. So they just got rid of the manual in front of it. So there's a lot still developing. Arvid up to P1, 121.008. Damn. Lawson right behind him. Okay. The RBs are looking pretty quick right now. We got a pretty consistent time between the two of them. What happened with Arvid? Arvid's got a good 0.02 of a second shaved off of Liam's time. Checo up to P8, 123.567. Bottas, 123.641. Here's Lando. Let's see how he's doing. God, 90 days ago he won for Lando. It really is like a winter break really didn't feel that long. Oscar up to P1, 120.552. Hamilton, P2, 120.852. On board with Gabby. Gabby's flying. What's Gabby's time? Gabby's zooming. Gabby, P1, 120.495. Let's go. Hamilton's the only ones on mediums. With a medium tire, P3 is great. Lindblad has been faster than Lawson most of this time. Excited to see Oscar do well at home. He just needs to keep it on track this time. It'll be good. Yeah, Lando's piece. Lando cannot get up to Oscar, it feels like. This has been an ongoing issue, I feel like, this whole weekend. They keep saying energy harvesting, and I have no clue what they mean. I feel like AI came up with this terminology. Russell's flying already. He's got his better... Jeez, he's zooming. Purple sector 1 for George. Green sector 2. Let's see. Oh, he's got it. Let's see. Ollie up to P7. Let's see. Transmission, I wonder if that's not really resolved. Maybe. Russell, P1, 119.840. Damn. Okay, we're doing good. Charles Leclerc up to P4. 120.712. Currently in the drop zone. Most of them don't have times. It's Colapinto, Hadjar, Verstappen, Antonelli, Sainz, and Stroll. God, is Stroll not going to go out either? They're not even going to try it? Alonso's at P14 currently. Yellow sector 2 for Hulkenberg. What happened there? Isaac's on an outlap right now. Is on a flying lap. Sorry, not an outlap. Let's see. Come on. Where are we at, Isaac? Isaac P2, 120.445. Let's go. I think he's going to make it. Yeah. We got 10 minutes to go. Here's Max. God, is Max going to do a one lap? I mean, I'm glad they let Isaac go. No, they're going. Max is going. Max is going. Remember who you are, Verstappen. Come on. Yeah, all the cars are so shiny this year, it looks like. The Red Bull is also so shiny. That would be 10th position. Give Max one lap. I mean, he does one lap a lot, historically. Not with this new car, obviously, but still. Franco up to P14. Lindblad's swerving a little bit, but he's got a purple sector too. Lindblad up to P2. Damn. He's taken these cars on really well. We're on board with Lando. He's got a yellow sector too. My God. Let's see. Let's see. We're on board with Lando still. Let's see, Lando. Okay, Lando up to P4. He's got, God, even with a yellow sector, he's got 120.448. Piastri, P2, ahead of Lindblad. Russell's on an outlap, but he's still holding on to that P1. We're on board with Charles. He's on the mediums. Oh, both pros are on me. These are pretty decent times for the mediums, all things considered. Yeah, Charles up to P2. 120.2. Oh! 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 Who is that? Is that Max? Max is in the wall! We have a yellow flag! Max! What? Red flag. Okay. Well, hey, so Max, what the fuck? What happened? Give me a replay. He's in the gravel. The front wing's fucked. Okay, Kimmy's in the car. They're speeding it up. They're zooming. They're zooming for Kimmy. Okay, Max is out of the car. He's getting out. Jesus. Sorry, Sparkly, I yelled. Oh, God. Yikes. Okay, he slowed down quite a bit before hitting the wall. Yeah, revs dropped. What happened? Okay. Turned. Yeah, just fully spun out with that turn. He turned a little bit too late with that speed. Yeah. Just kind of, yeah. Yep. I think the gravel slowed him down quite a bit, though, so that's, yeah, the gravel slowed him down quite a bit before you made it into the barrier, so that's good. Yo, you okay, man? Yep, the car just fucking locked on the rear axles. Fantastic. What part of the car just flew off right there? What the fuck was that? Jesus. Oh, dear God. He slowed down. The gravel slowed him down so much, though, so that's good. Oh, he's checking his wrist. Fuck, he's checking his wrist. He's shaking his hands. Ugh! Max, remember who you are. Okay? This is... Be the guy who went from the pit lane to a podium. Be that guy. Be that guy. Ooh. Pit exit is closed. Ugh. Max, you want to be 5 World Tour champion? Both hands. He was checking both. Yeah. And it's crazy because Isaac is up to P6 and like, so the car is good. Oh, he's on the motorcycle. He's on the back of the cycle. The photographer's getting photos of Max looking pissed. I feel like he's still checking his hands. Oh, God. So if Max didn't injure his hands, chat, if he can't race tomorrow, we can't have one of the reserve drivers step in because he has competed in qualifying. So he did go out, even though he didn't set a time. So even if he is injured, they would just run one car. Yeah. After crashes issues, yeah. These new cars are unforgiving. I know. It's crazy. Hopefully they just sting a bit and need something serious. Yeah. I'm hoping he let go, but I couldn't tell from the cameras. It's this close to Yuki on the grid. I don't want it to be Max. I don't want it to be Isaac. Oh, holy shit. Are they getting Kimmy's car? Kimmy's gonna go out. Chat, they're getting Kimmy out. They're doing it. They're doing it. Holy shit. Stroll and Signs are still not going to get a time. But Kimmy after that goes into Q3 would actually be hilarious. I'm so sorry. Max crashed so Kimmy could drive. Yeah, truly. He's being supportive. But see, okay, exactly what I was talking about though. Bortoleto and Hulkenberg right next to each other. Ollie and Ocon right next to each other. Like, this is a good sign for these cars, at the very least, for the drivers understanding them. They're real. The fact that drivers are teammates are next to each other. Yep, just, oh, God. Did he take his hands off? I genuinely can't tell. Let's see. Yeah, he closed the flaps and then just locked. Okay. 3 minutes to resume. Did he let go? Did he let go? Did he let go? He didn't take his hands off the wheel. He didn't take his hands off the wheel. Guys. Yeah, there's Kimmy. Wait, are they getting Kimmy in? Holy shit, Kimmy's gonna do it. They had tape on his wings, on his camera, his fucking camera. Fucking mirror. God. 2 seconds to the restart. They're ready. They're ready. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be good. Kimmy's going out. Max is fine, because I decided. I think it was just marked. I think the tape was just marking like which a lot of these teams label everything, you know. Okay, come on. One minute to go. Lando's at the front of the pit lane exit. Duct tape in the past. And Max runs on rage. You guys, I'm less so worried about his qualifying position and more worried about if he has a hairline fracture in his fingers or not. Like, I'm worried about that. How is he going to stream? How is he going to sim race? I know that's what he's thinking about right now. Come on. All right, time is going. Oh, he's out. We got green. 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go in Q1. We're still in Q1. Like, we're... Dear God. Oh, God. George Russell is still in P1. Once we get the timings again, I'll read off the current drivers in the elimination zone. The divot where your thumb meets your... Oh, I hate that. Hate that. All right, currently in the drop zone. Perez, Bottas, Verstappen, Antonelli, Sainz, and Stroll. Verstappen is out, regardless. Now, but Kimmy, you have the chance to do something insane. Kimmy, you want to be in the top 5 so bad. You want to be right next to George so bad. You want to perform better than Lando so bad. Big tires for the cups. Yeah, it's cute. Andrea. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Arvid's on a flying lap. Arvid is currently in P4. God, Alex, I need you to pick up that pace. Yellow sector 1 for Lindblad. Let's see. I had to race home from the gym. Very excited. Temple Tam, you missed Max ending up in a wall. Yeah, so it'll only be... Kimmy just needs to get, like, P16 or higher. If Fernando gets out in Q1, it's going to be crazy because he's right now just on the cusp. Antonelli incident, pit lane infringement. Hasn't he suffered enough, FIA? What do you mean? God, all yellows for Lindblad, 121.113, but, I mean, he's already in a good spot. Lawson just jumps up to P9. Yeah, the car lost power in FP3. Oh, Hamilton, we tapping the gravel? What was that? Still flying. Let's see. Hamilton's P5 currently. Let's see where he finishes up here. Let's see. Let's see. Hamilton up to P1, 119.811. Still on these mediums. The Ferrari's doing pretty decent on this track with the mediums, at least for this qualifying so far. Piastri, yellow sector 2. Antonelli up to P3, baby. Right behind George, right next to his teammate. Oh, Piastri right in that curb a little bit. Let's be a little careful with that, huh? Come on, Oscar. What are we doing? Alonso makes you I will vote my life to God because I have witnessed a miracle. Piastri, P1, 119.664, which is crazy because he had like a yellow sector 1, I think, on that lap. But never mind, George took it back, 119.507. Damn. Avenge Max, sort of. Toto wink, smiling into the camera. Why are we getting a replay from Charles? What did he do? What happened with Charles? Charles... Oh, lock up, but he stayed on track. He kept it on track. Oh, God. All right, currently drop zone. Colapinto, Perez, Bottas, and then Max, Sainz, Stroll. I don't think they were sandbagging. I mean, Kimi and George were both top of the times for a lot of the sessions. They were performing pretty well. Sorry, not top, but like in the higher rankings, they were both doing pretty well. Lando's 4th. Yeah, Arvid is not maintaining speed right now, looks like. Isaac is at P8. Liam moves ahead of Gabby. God, Fernando might be able to hold on to this P16 right now. 43 seconds left. Let's see. Checo's got 2 green sectors. Let's see. Old gut are being caught out more than the rookies. Yeah. Well, you could argue it's muscle memory. They're used to driving the old cars versus adapting to these new ones. Alonso is still at 16th. Albon up to 13th. Good. Safe. Checo is... Nope. Bottas, P18. And Bottas up to P18th. All right, Cadillacs are both out. It's looking like times are done. Let's see. Some of them are still getting flyers in. Kimmy's through. Finished his lap, but he's P16. God, that announcer in the broadcast scared the shit out. So thought someone was in the apartment. Colapinto is still on a flying lap. He could knock out Alonso. Could Franco knock out Alonso? Let's see. Let's see it. God, both Alpines making it through to Q2 would be crazy. Let's see. Franco, P15 knocks Fernando out. Damn. Antonelli Radio. Thank you, guys. You're the best. Oh my God, thank you. Antonelli Radio. Alonso. The reaction was Oh shit. I mean, I just started yelling. It's a rough crash. So we had a red flag. Pit lane was closed. And now we've got a little bit of time before Q2. He had his power failed during FP3, and they seemingly couldn't get it fixed. So Stroll, he never did FP3, and I don't know what they think is wrong with his car. Checo Radio. Well done, guys. It's been a very tricky start with many problems, but we're getting there. Now we need to really, really find the pace. At least they're next to each other in the back, you know? Like, I am fine with this with Cadillac. Hold on. Bottas. Well done, everyone. First quali done of many. The only way is up, so let's go. Yep, thanks for your help so far this weekend. Let's keep pushing. God, it's weird hearing an American voice on the radio. That's really, I don't like that, actually. It doesn't sound right. The good news is that the Cadillac guys are right next to each other. Like I said, that shows that it's not like there's a mismatch of the driver pairing or anything like that. It's a car issue, you know? So the same thing I would say with an Alpine last year, you know? It might be power unit for Stroll. I didn't hear them say it because it's the same issue that's been happening all weekend. Dear God. It's at least something they don't have to worry about. Yeah, you know. Because then that's like, you have two drivers that are at least on par, but the car is a problem. Yeah, car didn't fall apart. Let's see. I mean, both of my Haas boys are in Q2. I'm cool with that. Okay, did Haas add the American flag to their front nose because everyone's calling Cadillac the American team? Is that why they added the flag? Was the flag there last year? Now I can't remember. Antonelli is getting investigated after the session. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Because I was like, I don't think that was there last year. It also helps they both have the most experience with cars that were very similar to each other in the American Force India. They should use the Russian flag. Fucking Gene Haas. I don't think they had a flag before. I don't remember the flag. I don't remember the flag either. Do you play F1 Fantasy? Not this season. I might, but I don't know. I lashed Lincoln Park in Mercedes. All right. Can break the second seat curse. I mean, so far, all weekend, he has been neck and neck with Max. So I think that's a good sign. Brundle is doing a replay of Max's crash. They're talking about regenerating the energy on the brakes right now, which is what Max may have been trying to do when the issue is happening. He's in the braking zone. The MGUK locked, which caused the issue. He starts to turn the wheel. Wow, yeah, that turned like, he barely turned that wheel. He barely turned that, and the back swung. Jeez. And he was still holding the wheel. Oh, God. My wrists hurt looking at that. 30 seconds till the start of the session. Honestly, a little scared how it swung with so little input from him. Yeah. Because is that just true mechanical failure in that instance then? There was a delay, so I think that might be it. It's a longer session. They're longer sessions now, so we'll see. Arvid, you want to ram into Lando? It would be really funny. I'm just saying. I'm haunted by the F1 Academy show where one of the Dubai sisters talked about breaking both of her wrists in a crash. Brutal. Yep. Are you calling the Al-Qubaisi sisters the Dubai sisters? God, who is that in Isaac's garage? She's cute. Who the fuck was that? Who's the fluffy hair brunette? Who was that? Alrighty, 13 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock remaining. ECU, MGUK shift programming, then an actual fail on the car for Max. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm sure we'll hear something before the race tomorrow. All right, Hamilton is on a flying lap. Isaac is still in the pits. Is he on his way out? Or is he chilling in the pits? All right. Lewis is flying. Let's see. Yeah, well, obviously purple sector, but let's see. Let's see. They get some humidity cloud cover moving in over here. Let's send them out with barely enough time to do that one lap. Oh, they're letting... Charles letting someone through. Let's see. There's Charles. Let's see, Charles. Charles up to 120.088 for P1. Would be like in IndyCar considering they don't have power steering. Albon, P2. Okay, I'll take it. Random. Alpine Haas, Albon will be out. One of the Audis, the 6th is TBD. Okay. Behrman, P4. Ocon, P3. I mean, we've got so many times happening. These are... Ignore the Haas's where they're plus 12 and plus 16. Ignore those right now. We need more laps from them. Lando, plus 17. Why is everyone's laps being dumb? What are you guys doing? Why is everyone's cars doing... Okay, Lindblad, plus 13. Is Charles the only one that showed up to work? What's going on? Yeah, plus 13. Is the data wrong? What's happening? The timings must be wrong. Something must be wrong here. $10, 25 seconds left. Oh, George is going double purple. Let's see. Antonelli, P1, 119.604. And Ocon, P3. That's a real time. There we go. Okay. They're fixing their times. Everyone's being insane. Had to face mortality. I'm older than a large portion of the grid now. I'm about the same age as a lot of them. Russell, P1, 118.934. Lando, P3. Oh, there we go. These timings are better. Lindblad, P4. There we go. These are better. Isaac, what are we doing? Come on, Isaac. Give me a good time. Give me a good time. Isaac, P3. Thank God. Here's Lewis. Purple sector 1. 9 minutes to go. Colapinto up to P12. Oscar, P2. Grandly Elimination Zone. Ollie, Nico. Franco, never mind. We have a replay of Kimmy. What did Kimmy do? Ooh, 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 ooh. No, we're good. We're good. That was a little crazy. Okay, we mowed a little bit of grass, Kimmy, but that's nothing. That's nothing. That's a slight grass mowing. Just like you trimmed the grass. It's hardly grass mowing in that regard, you know. All right, Ferrari's getting ready. Currently in the drop zone, Gasly, Ollie, Nico, Franco, Alex, and Lewis. Lewis, what are we doing? What happened? Oh, random spot check. Huh. Hermes. Weed whacking, if anything, exactly. Hermes. Stop digging at the couch. Edging. Seven minutes, 35 seconds to go. Come on, Charles. What are we doing? You're at P7. I'm kind of thinking George Russell pole position, chat. I'm thinking George on pole. I'm thinking George on pole and then a misfire at the start because the cars are being dumb. Let's see. Come on, Alex. Why are we P15? Let's sort this out. Come on. That big-ass cloud logo. Dear God. Come on, Alex. Jump to... You want to be P7 so bad. You want to be P7 so bad, Alex. Come on. P13. Alex, you're supposed to be one of my elite employees. What are we doing? What's happening? Dear God. As long as Ham gets in, my call would be currently. Hamilton's in the garage, but it looks like they're getting ready to go back out. Yeah, they're getting ready to go back out. 6 minutes to go. Isn't doing great. He had some power issues in FP3. Oscar is P2. Nico's P14. But Bortoletto's P9. So, Nico, I need you to pick up a pace. Why are we slowing down? Why are we slowing down? Nico? 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 Oh, he's just getting the car ready. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I was like, what are we doing? And he was just loading. He was recharging the battery. It does look crazy. It does look like the car is stalling out. Yeah, I liked how Sauber looked like a actual Hot Wheels, you know, with the neon green. As much as I hated Kick and Steak. But there's too many white logos. I actually hate it. Because now Mercedes, Audi, Williams, and RB all have white logos, which is idiotic. All right, here's Hulkenberg. P9 for Hulkenberg, right next to Gabby. See? But that's what I need from them. Oh, here's Max. Hamilton, get out of P16. Because what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we in P16? Hamilton up to P6. Perfect. I'm cool with that. 3 minutes to go. Everyone's being sane. In the drop zone, Gabby, Ocon, Gasly, Behrman, Alex, and Franco. Holding a thing, so hopefully he can drive tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, Russell P1, Antonelli P2. Who cares? He's right there. I'm fine with that. Or like, not an improvement. That's fine. Thank you for following, Daughter of Athens. Welcome in. Leclerc's flying. 2 minutes to go. I'm using the Audi logo with the Mercedes, and it gives me a heart attack every time. Fair. Need to move forward right now. Let's see. I need the bottom 6 to like really put some flyers in, frankly. Charles, where are you going? You're at P8. Where are you closing in? Whew. 50 seconds to go. Charles up to P2. George, Kimmy, and Oscar, I guess, are done. They're all in the pits with 38 seconds to go. Isaac, don't take risks. Don't take unnecessary risks. Don't journey on dangerous roads. Don't take unnecessary journeys. Why did I mistake that whole thing? Hajar 119.653. That's fine. God, Behrman's out. Hulkenberg got demoted by Gabby. Let's see. Franco's out. Gasly's on a flyer. Let's see. Right now, it's Hulkenberg, Behrman, Ocon, Gasly, Albon's in the pit, so Albon is out, and Colapinto. Lindblad and Lawson are done. Let's see. Can Gasly knock out Gabby? Nope. Gasly P14. Damn. Hulkenberg, Behrman, Ocon, Gasly, Albon, and Colapinto are all out. But again, that's consistency amongst teammates. Same with Audi. Oh, Alex. You can't park there. What are we doing? Wait, why do we have a replay of Lewis? What did Lewis do? Lewis, the same thing. We got a little snap there. Dear God. God. A lot of cars end up next to each other, and the spread is wild this year. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good sign that these drivers are at least the same level with understanding these cars. So we may not see like true variation in drivers separating teammates until Japan, maybe? Yellow flag, why? Why? Why would there be a yellow flag? What happened? Why would there be a yellow flag? Is there not a, was that a mistake? Did you not mean to do that? Did y'all not mean to do that? Oh, is Gabby stuck in the pits? Gabby stuck in the pit entrance. Yeah, Gabby is stuck in the pit entrance. Yeah, he's stuck. He's stuck. Gabby, you can't park there. Literally sponsored by BP. Like, Jesus. How did he do that? I don't know. God, it's so their red looks like almost Technicolor, which I will give them credit. The red looks really cool. Because it on video, it looks Technicolor. It's really cool. Seems very card dependent and drivers can't break out of that. I mean, yeah, but I mean, is that not the name of a sports game? Of the team game? So we'll see. Here's Arvid. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, way too hot. Little bit of a... Yeah, what happened there? Little bald spot there, Arvid? Yeah. Lindblad. Oh my God, the car is fine, but I almost just had a massive crash. The car is fine, I think. I mean, you got a bald spot on the tire. You fucked that tire. But, I mean, you did what you could, I think. Yeah, Gabby's just chilling. Start of Q3 will be delayed. Yeah, I bet it will. All right, they got Gabby. They got him. They're pushing Gabby. Just made it through, too, yeah. Yeah, I think they won't let him back out now. Yes, because the marshals had to touch the car. What happened? The wheel cover came off of Pierre's car when he exited the pit lane. Oh yeah, yep. Dear God. I'm crying. I love Gabby. I like Gabby too. He'll be okay. Charles looking stunning. Always. The cars are giving us a show, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well. I called it George versus Charles. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. A smirk from Toto Wolff. This will be interesting. Come on. Do we know when it'll be delayed? The start will be delayed till? Everyone's in their cars. Who's that put Hulk in? I think it depends. Because it's technically the end of the session. So I don't know, actually. Okay, yeah, they're going to restart in 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, he had a checkered flag, so he should be good. It doesn't delete his time. Liam Lawson. He probably can't run in Q1 anyway, since it looks like the car is dead. Yeah. Q3. Yeah, he's definitely out. We're getting to Q3. Yeah, I know. We got this. Is this the Luigi tattoo guy? Yep, there it is. Luigi from the movie Cars. One of the engineers for Ferrari has a Luigi tattoo. Get the new orange on the McLaren car. I'm fine with it, but I'm used to them being inconsistent, so. All right, session restart in 1 minute. Come on, George, do something interesting. Ferrari fans, 30 seconds. Like the bounce with black on the Mac this year. Looks fast. We'll see. They love a special livery because they like shenanigans. So maybe we'll get some dumb special liveries this season. Who knows? I do like how much the MasterCard logo blends in with the McLaren. Hard to do. Yeah. Kimmy's replay. Oh, slide. Yep. Yep. God, tomorrow's going to be a shit show. All right, 12 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. So there's no eliminations now because this is the final session. So where everyone starts tomorrow will be their finishing position in the session. Ferrari is approaching NASCAR levels of garage this year. Let's see. Piastri. So I feel too. Let's be messy. Are they eliminating 6 drivers during Q1 and Q2, or are they eliminating 7 in Q1? So 6 in Q1 and 6 in Q2 so that they can maintain the 10 for Q3. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, they might get a little... Who's that? What is that? There's a car part on the track. Oh, someone left. Is that Kimmy's? Kimmy's gonna get an unsafe release. Yep, yep, that's... Yeah. Yeah. Both sides they were on, 2 came off. Red flag, session stopped. Yeah, it's in the middle of the track. They gotta get it. They gotta get that. Why is everything happening, Kimmy? Who knows, dude? Jesus. Lando drove over it. Front left. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Scrapes. Oh yeah, that's a crack. Anything else? They'll check it. We got a red flag during Max's crash. So this is the second red flag. Sorry, hang on. I'm sending something over. Sorry, chat. There we go. Okay. Mercedes shirt this year. Those look nice. Pit exit is closed. 9:47 left on the clock. Yep, they lost. Yep. Alrighty. Well. Yeah, here's the replay of it just chilling there. It's so bright, you know, they were like, we'll have this bright handle so we never leave it. Jesus. And flew off to get the track. Was that a red flag or was it already off session so it was a yellow flag? Was that red flagged? Yeah. It was a red flag. All right, then we have 3 red flags then. Jesus. Yeah, that thing fucking obliterated under Lando's car. Damn. Yeah, they're taping stuff. Lando. Gabby got a yellow for being stuck. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that was a red flag because it was the end of the session. They just delayed the start. There was no red flag there. Can they not do a front wing swap during qualifying? I think they can. I think they don't want to risk needing it if they need it for tomorrow. They might be able to, but they don't want to risk it for the race tomorrow. Yeah. They don't want to change the wings for something like this. They don't have to. Because what if, turn 1 there's a major crash tomorrow and then they're low on wings. It's smarter to try and try and patch it. Takes to get an Aussie podium. God is doing everything he can. We got a minute. 30 seconds to go. Come on, guys. Let's see. Let's see. We're off. All right. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get a move on, boys. Come on. I want to go to bed. We got 10 minutes to go. All right. Lando's on his way out. They repaired the wing. Eight minutes, 20 seconds. Come on, boys. Lindblad, Lawson, and Bortoletto are all still in the pits. Kimmy. Kimmy went into the gravel, but he's fine. He's back on track. What are we doing? George is flying. I still think it's going to be George. Jeez. Let's see. Let's see. I will say George has probably had some of the best control of the car this whole session. Yeah, he's fighting it a little bit, but P1, 119.084. Where does Jude? Hajar, P2, 119.625. Where does Oscar go? Oscar, 119. P3, 120.322. 6 minutes to go. I can imagine him at the front. He'd be too powerful. Charles, P3. What is that sound Lando's car is making? Lando's P2. Let's see. Come on, Kimmy. What are we going to do? No, this is George. We're on board with George still. Come on, Kimmy, what we doing? Why wave a replay? What'd you do? Oh, was this the lockup? Yeah. This, we saw that. Lockup. Yep. All right. Well, Kimmy, I need you to sort this out. I just keep thinking something's wrong with the car, and it doesn't seem like something's wrong with the car. Okay, people are back in the garage. We have 4 minutes. Do you know you have 4 minutes? Kimmy's on an outlap. Kimmy knows he has 4 minutes. Kimmy knows. Everyone else wants to do something dumb, apparently. God, yeah, Lando really obliterated that thing. Yeah, that's a crack. That's a decent crack there. Oh, that was the end plate. Sound system they put on electric cars? Simulated V10. I think that would piss me off more if we had simulated V10 noises. I'd be like, what's the point of this? All right, George's on an out loud. Whew. Two minutes, 20 seconds to go. Let's see. Come on, Kimmy. Just keep it on track. Just keep it on track. Just keep it on track. He's recharging. Oh, God. Come on, Kimmy. Front low lockout. Let's go. Come on. Before your penalties come through. Come on. Purple sector. Come on. George has got double purple. Kimmy Antonelli, P1, 118.811. But George is double purple. Come on, George. 1 minute to go. Yellow, sector 2 for Oscar. Come on, George. What are we doing? George, P1, 118.518. Mercedes lockout front row would be fun. I'm just saying. Come on, Oscar. Just keep the grip. Yellow sector 2 for Oscar. Come on. P3 for Oscar. 17 seconds to go. Here's Charles. P3 for Charles. 8/10 off. Here's Isaac. Isaac P3 over the line at the end of the clock. His best ever qualifying for Formula One. Lando, yellow sector. P6 for Lando. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton, P7. Lewis. What? Lindblad. Lindblad P8. Damn. George Russell, I was right. I was right. God. And again, from barely making it into Q3 to front row is fantastic for Kimmy. That's fantastic. Okay, mate. So as they say around here, that was a fair dinkum lap pole position. Good job. Well done, team. Well done in getting Kimmy's car out as well. Awesome effort. George, pole position. Well done. So controlled. Well done. Merci. Thank you, George. Isaac will get P2. I'm cool with that. Kimmy's probably going to get the penalties. Lando had to repair his car. If they don't give him a penalty, McLaren's going to throw a bitch fit. Damn. I think he heard it. Yeah. This is crazy. God. So the start's going to be an absolute shit show tomorrow, right? Right? God. God, imagine where Max would be if he had not crashed. Jeez. Jeez. God, it's so funny because Oscar's got the knee pads. Lewis doesn't. I know it's a personal choice of the drivers for the knee pads, but I do find that interesting. Gosh. God, Kimmy looks like an absolute baby. He's so little. Very nice. Very nice. Yay! Toto running up and giving his pit wall hugs. Very nice. God, first pole in Australia since 2019? Wow. Isaac! Why are some of the podiums so tight together? What did they do? Did they forget to move them? Yeah, why is the P1 and P3 podium so fucking close together? Why is George actually all likable? Stop it. Dear God. Patronus. Julianne Palmer is doing the post interviews. I think George might get world. He's kind of my belief for World Drivers Championship. I think it would be like between him and a Ferrari, frankly, this season. Depending on if if Max decides that he actually likes winning again, you know? Are we doing group interviews again this season? Let's go. They're so awkward. I love it. Like Kimmy just putting his watch on while George is doing his interview is so fucking funny. Max v. George v. Charles would be fun. Yeah. I want another like 3-way championship battle. I know everyone decided to like not frame it like that last season, but I do think that's fun. Very sibling coding. LOL, Isaac's knee pad sliding down. Isaac. What's going on with Isaac? I feel like he's had such a fucking mood this weekend. Like it's green screened in. I don't know. The lighting, I'm telling you, is so weird. I don't know if it's the settings on the camera or what. Why does Isaac's hat look stained? Oh, that's the pattern. Yeah, it's videography. It's showing up on camera super weird. It seems a bit awkward with these interviews. It's kind of cute. He was flipping off camera people earlier. I think maybe he hid his Frenchness last season and now it's coming out. He's just tired of everyone. He looks so small next to George. No, I like Isaac too. I just feel like he's been, everything I've seen from him this weekend, he has like a weird attitude. Or just so tall. Yeah. True. All right. We're calling it, chat. I want to go to bed. I don't think anyone's live. We might just end the stream. Oh, we can raid Raph. Looks like Raph is editing. All right, have fun with Raph. See you guys tomorrow. Race is at 8 my time. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Alrighty. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.